Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of My Thoughts. It's been a while. As you guys have known, all last week I didn't really put out any videos like this. Where I'm talking or like I put out mainly gameplay, and that was just because I was super busy with a lot of stuff. And I made a community announcement about it, but sure, when I put out gameplay, usually I don't just put out straight gameplay for a content week, but when I do that, I'm just super busy, and obviously sometimes it's easier just to record some gameplay and put it out than do a full talking video like my thoughts or like a podcast or anything like that. But we're gonna be back this week, to our kind of normal content nowadays, and we're back with another my thoughts. And I think I just did a my thoughts. I think it was like last week or the week before that. But today we're going to talk about The Walking Dead. Now, I already talked about The Walking Dead, like the finale of the actual show, and it's had a bunch of spin-offs, and in particular, I'm going to be talking about The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, which actually, Daryl Dixon he's probably one of my favorite characters in the entire show, like as a whole, and yeah, he's pretty cool. So, they made his own spin-off show. It just premiered, like, I think, like the 1st of October, so it wasn't that long ago. I think correction, it came out on September 10th. My info was drastically wrong. It just said October. I think it was like some other date that it came out for, but it was October 1st that it came out. And there's a total of like 6 episodes, and it actually just had a season finale. I think it was like this past Sunday actually, if I'm not mistaken. But I've only watched like the first, like I watched the first episode and like like half of the second episode. But that was pretty much it. I have like a few more episodes to finish until the season finale, and they are saying that there will be a season 2, but there was a finale for the season 1 already. And to be honest with you, it did actually go by quick. But pretty much, I'm gonna be just giving my thoughts on the show as a whole, like what I think of it, and what I think of the first episode and like half the second episode. I will definitely have to watch the rest of the season. Then I'll probably give another my thoughts on like just the whole season 1 as a whole. We'll have to get back to that part. Watch the it's on AMC Plus, but it's also on the Roku channel, so I catch up on like the Roku channel when I can, like when it comes on and stuff. But that's pretty much how I watch it. So I've watched the first episode and the second episode, and I was going to take a little bit of the article here. Most of it is just going to be pretty much my raw thoughts, but I'm going to be getting an article from ScreenRant.com, and it's just a short little bit. So, the setting for Daryl Dixon's spinoff posed questions over the character's presence in France. The Walking Dead series finale explains the trip. Daryl Dixon's trip to France in his spinoff was a mission assigned to him by Maggie to uncover the origins of the zombie outbreak and the evolution of the variant zombies. France is connected to the outbreak, as hinted in The Walking Dead Season 1, with the French scientists being the last to go dark. The French laboratory revealed in The Walking Dead World Beyond confirms their involvement, although Daryl initially ended up in France due to being captured by bad people. Quote, he may intentionally stumble upon the scientists and doctors searching for a cure, leading to the mission against them while protecting a child. The story promises more depth and complexity. Yeah, complexity. So he pretty much wakes up in France, and it's just a zombie-ravaged France, or Walker zombie. Walker ravaged France. They really don't say zombie in that show. But it's pretty much just him in France, pretty much trying to find a cure, as it said, after finding the mission. And it really just goes more or less into the origins of the actual, like it said, it went into the origins of the actual, zombie virus, because, it has been mentioned that France were the last people to hold out until, everybody else died. So I personally like the show, at least from what I've seen so far. I think the whole concept of the show is a good idea. Now, I did mention, I think in the last My Thoughts I did on the finale of the actual, like, the final Walking Dead show, I did mention that I think they drag it on too much, like, and the Walking Dead, like, did it really end, like, the main show may have ended, but the actual, like, it has a bunch of spin-offs, like, they've had, what is it, Dead City, they've had, Daryl Dixon now, and I think they've had a couple of other spin-offs. They have had Fear the Walking Dead, and I think they've had a few other spin-offs. So they do drag it, the title itself on a lot, which at some point I think it is unnecessary. But this show in particular, and you guys know I am a Walking Dead fan, and I've been watching it for a long time. But, I think this series in particular is I think it's good. Like I said, from what I've seen, it's very good. The concept of it is very good. And I understand how they might want to go more into the origins of the zombie apocalypse, because the show hasn't really gotten into that. Like, the most we've really seen is the season 1 CDC scene, and besides all that, they've really never really gotten too much into it. And it's really more or less. And a lot of zombie shows, maybe not all of them, but some zombie shows, they do like to delve into the backstory and the origin of whatever zombie virus or whatever virus it may be, but not particularly The Walking Dead. And that's something I was kind of very disappointed in. And nobody was really expecting them to actually start to go into the actual origins of it. And I was very excited. Like, I thought that would fit more of a early season thing. And like I said, there was like origins, like early origins, like in the CDC for season 1 of the Walking Dead show, but like it didn't really go much into it other than that. And I would personally like to see where it actually came from. It would probably be more or less more complex than actually what it is, if that makes sense. But I would certainly like to see it, and hopefully they go over it. And well, actually, I haven't seen. Hopefully they go over it in season 1 or maybe season 2. I don't know if they do because, like I said, I've only watched it the first episode and like half the second episode. So, like I said, I think I'm gonna make a follow up my thoughts on this when I watch the rest of the show, at least for season 1, and then I think I'm gonna make another my thoughts, like just my thoughts on season 1 of Daryl Dixon for The Walking Dead. But overall, like good show so far. Sometimes, like I said, I think they might drag The Walking Dead title out a little bit, but overall, it's a good show. I just really hope that's what I'm going for. I really hope it's the origins. They go really more or less into the origins of the virus and not really anything else, because I feel like they have gone into everything else that they could besides the origins of the virus. So that might be the only thing that's left. But that's pretty much it. I mean, overall, it's a good show. Those are my final thoughts on it. Um, that's pretty much it. Make sure to subscribe for more content, like the video, all good stuff. Discord, Twitch, Instagram. Links in the description. We're back. We're back with our regularly scheduled content. Like, of course, there'll still be gameplay coming out, but not as much. Not like a whole week of gameplay like I did last week. Like I said, I just got really busy. But comment down below what you guys think of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. If you like it, don't like it, whatever. Let's discuss it. Till then, I will see you guys in the next video.